think that would be kind of why guys stay and shoot free throws after practice?
Well, you know, it's one of those situations. He wouldn't have been wrong to miss it or make it. In that .9, they had no timeouts. So, you know, I don't mind that one. But the other ones, I mean, you know, we shoot, what, 40, 54. We can't complain about that too bad.
Do you think he missed that one? Did you tell him to miss it?
I don't know. I didn't tell him to miss it. No. But again, like I told him, he wouldn't have been wrong either way. I'm not a proponent of that, but you're not in that situation too many times, and it was the right decision.
The move to get Norman in for James, was that to get
somebody to guard C.J. McCollum? I mean, a pick and roll guy, a small guy. Yes. To put DeMar Aminu where DeMar didn't get caught up in pick and rolls, foul trouble. It was strictly a matchup situation.
Were you confident doing that because that had been what you went with the last game against them?
I'm very confident. Very confident. Norm gave us the hustle, the fight, the grit that we needed to chase those guys to try to wear them down, and he did. He came in and also gave us 10 points, 6 rebounds. I thought that was very solid. And just his energy. His energy gave us a bump that you need to go against a guy like McCollum, the guy when they play 2 point guards like that. You know, and then again, it buys Corey some time at that position till we get Corey in.
How much has Norm's game evolved over the course of this season?
He's growing. He's a young kid. All of our young guys are growing. They're not a finished product by any means. But these moments here, like the other night with Lucas, tonight with Norm, are big growing steps for these guys to come in and get the experience in a big game, a close game. And that's how, it's how it's going to be. Next game it may be DeLon. I don't know who it's going to be. Like I told them, just be ready. They have to be ready because you never know when your turn is going to come.
He get a couple of big plays from Jonas there in the fourth quarter. He had a kick out and a putback.
He did. He really did come up on the offensive end. Again, defensively, we got to make sure we come in. We did a good job on the initial stop, but we got to come up and clean it up with a rebound. Second effort, second bounce, second jumps, whatever it is, to come back in and clean up the lane, clean up the paint. So that's what we got to continue. Again, our guys are working at it. As far as getting better defensively, evening up and completing the play, so to speak, with a rebound.
In a game like tonight's, where there's a lot of whistles on both ends, how big is it to have a guy like DeMar who's so good at sort of attacking and forcing the issue?
Well, it is. Well, I thought both teams were forcing the issues on both ways. They shoot 35 free throws and we shoot 54, so it was a free throw fest. And because they were putting their head down and just going to the rim, we were putting our head down and going to the rim, drawing contact. I really was proud of DeMar playing through contact, playing through the physicality, and going the way the officials were calling it.
Is there anybody beyond maybe Curry who's as scary trying to get a team back?
Eric, I'm telling you, this kid, how he does not make them. I know he doesn't like talking about it, but how he doesn't, he's not an all-star in our league. Shame on us, because that young man can score any which way he wants to. Talk about Curry coming across half court shooting it. This young man can come across half court and shoot it also, and I'm happy for him. The way he has handled the situation, because he could be a bitter young man. But he's going to be he's going to be trouble for all of us for a long period of time.
With the coverage, was it just him going off? Or was there
what would you suggest, Michael? you suggest to me what? We blitzed, we did everything. We gave up a layup. A couple of times we tried to blitz him. He stopped behind before we could get to the blitz and pull. We tried a little bit of everything. So, the key with that is you can't let somebody else have a big night. And I think Kyle and those other guys did a decent job on McCollum, Aminu, Crab, and those other guys. Usually Crab is the other guy that comes out of the woodwork and has a big night. You can't let those guys have a big night. You can't let two of them have it. All right, Coach Rain.